Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and inspireddisorder.com/prime.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Rona Dayz, episode 18 of the show that just never seems to end right when it feels like everything is going to start getting back to normal slowly, things opening back up, businesses opening back up. Stupid people just ruined it for everybody. Stupid people who think that masks are somehow impeding their health, impeding their life, impeding their God-given right of freedom. And then businesses not really giving a fuck about social distancing or mask wearing. Everything's closing back down, as I'm sure everybody knows. At least it is in California. Some states have handled it better than others, but California is one of them where there's just too many stupid people ruining it for the rest of us. So things are going to get shut back down, it seems like. I know in the Valley that there is, I think there's another stay-at-home order. I don't know. It's just my life hasn't changed much. I'm still, doing what I can from home, producing this show, producing the Many Faces. I've kind of dialed in the new production for the Many Faces, which is nice. I've got the top-down view now instead of the kind of side-angle view for recording. I'm happy with the changes of it, but it's just trying to stay busy enough to not go crazy and not feel bored as hell. Thankfully, I can't imagine, right? Like during the Spanish flu, during the last pandemic, which if you go look at pictures back then, motherfuckers were wearing masks, okay? They're wearing masks. They were wearing signs saying if you don't wear a mask, you're going to jail. That's not happening in this pandemic. It's just all the misinformation. People who don't want to wear masks will find an excuse online to not wear masks, whether it has any basis in any kind of scientific or factual thing. It's just they want to do what they want to do. They're spoiled. They're spoiled little fragile, pathetic humans, and they're ruining this country. They're ruining the livelihood of all of the businesses that they were protesting to open up too fast. They fucked it over for themselves and everybody else. Every business owner that loses their business should go and thank all of the non-mask wearers, the people that disregarded the fact that there is still a pandemic going on. They should go to all of them and thank them for their inability to keep their shit straight and keep things going smoothly as a slow open would have. But yeah, so we're fucked. I have heard, there is the virus, the vaccine is potentially here. But even still, even if the vaccine shows up tomorrow, all of the same stupid people that don't believe in wearing masks are also the same stupid people that don't believe in vaccines. They think the vaccine is somehow a chip that's going to be inserted in you from Bill Gates, and like it's like all of the privacy concerns we have been people opting in. Like if you don't want the government and everything then spying on you and knowing your shit, then don't get a phone. Don't sign up for Facebook. Don't sign up for Twitter. Like you're not like required to own a phone or be signed up for all the social networks and share your life with people. It's not, the government isn't implementing like this program to force you to do that so they can keep track of you. People voluntarily are doing that. So it's to think that they're going to secretly microchip people. No, like they're what they're going to do when they have their chips, which are going to happen. It's just the progression of technology. There's going to be chips where you're going to be able to interface better with your electronic devices, and it's going to be a feature, and people are going to want that feature, and people are going to pay money to get that feature installed in their brains. It's not going to be snuck in through a vaccine because of a pandemic, because they think the liberals somehow the liberals are powerful enough to cause a global pandemic just to get rid of a president, which isn't even, I mean, he's still president. So it's not like hopefully in November he gets voted out. But it's like this conspiracy that the liberals caused this global pandemic just so they can get a vaccine put in to get it chipped. It's just like like they're that powerful, yet they're not powerful enough to just win the presidency in the first place. Like they can cause and they can manipulate culture, global culture, in such a minute and specific way that this is the reality we're living in was caused by the liberals, but yet they're not powerful enough to just get the presidency 4 years ago. Is the dumbest fucking thing in the entire world. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So hopefully the vaccine comes out soon. I think they're in like third stages from what I've heard. So it could be sooner than later getting a vaccine out there, which will help everybody that takes the vaccine. But then people that don't take the vaccine are going to allow this virus to mutate and morph, which it supposedly already has. People that have the quote-unquote antibodies from getting it, in the beginning of the year can still get it because the virus has changed enough to where it can reinfect you, and antibodies don't last forever. That is also a thing. So there's a combination of bad science that's out there that is causing people to take ridiculous risks that put everybody else in harm's way. So I'm just locked up as I have been for the most part, aside for when I go grocery shopping, which I only do once a week. I have my mask on. I go in, I go out. I'm not taking any kind of extra risks with that. Despite my allergies kind of going crazy this past week. That's the thing I've noticed, being like with all the other variables of not having to go out and work, just kind of working from home, being stuck at home. Like I really see kind of the ups and downs of my allergies throughout this season, and it's crazy. It's like when it first started, when this whole coronavirus lockdown started, I had allergies, and I thought I was sick. I thought maybe I had the coronavirus, like everybody else did. But now it's had to have been allergies, where it's just I wake up stuffy like this, and it happens in my life. Like usually I'll get allergies, and then I'll get the postnasal drip, and then it gets into my lungs, and then I have a bad cough for a long time. So now that I understand it's allergies, I can try and cut it off at the pass, and it hasn't gotten as bad as it does in the past. But it can all happen overnight. I'll just be sleeping, and then it'll be dripping into my lungs all night, and then when I wake up, I'm fucked, and it's already too late. So I'm dealing with allergies. I'm also dealing with heat, like just going outside for any reason. It's ridiculously hot and humid. So, just being able to enjoy any kind of outdoor time is pretty miserable. Grilling outside is miserable. So there's nothing else to do. There's nowhere to go. So staying inside, watching movies, watching TV shows is kind of been the main thing. The only other piece of news I could say is big rest in peace to one of the funniest, one of my favorite Mythbusters, Graham Imahara, passed away, brain aneurysm. He wasn't even that old. I think he was like 49 or something like that. So Mythbusters, he's also on the White Rabbit. This is the kind of the Netflix version of Mythbusters, where they took that crew of Tori Veleci and Grant Imahara and I forget the other guy's name, and they did Mythbuster type stuff. But yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer to read. Although considering the reality that we're in, I have a bit of jealousy to anybody that dies during this pandemic, because it's like, oh well, they don't have to see how worse, because everything seems to just get a little worse every day. Something happens. Trump's like trying to remove any kind of data going to the CDC. He's just like, we're just going to blindly deal with a pandemic. We're not going to actually have any numbers for anything. It's kind of ridiculous, the path that we're being led down by one of the worst leaders in the history of humanity, I would say. I don't know. He's got to be. He's got to be on a top 10 list. Top 5 worst leaders. Man, I hope he gets voted out. Kanye is no longer running, which is good. I was excited a little bit for Kanye running, just a little bit. And then I was like, nah, that's just going to fuck everything up, man. We need to just get Biden in there. At least he'll do way better than Trump. At least he'll pretend to care. You know, just get him little girls to sniff their hair. Just give him just, girl scalps for him to sniff every now and then. And just hopefully he can pass all the laws to make us, maybe give some stimulus check to the people instead of big corporations. I don't know. It's the life we're living, people. It's the life we're living. So I hope everybody out there, if you're watching this, I hope you are doing good. Make sure you wear your mask, and let's go arrest those cops that killed Breonna Taylor. How about that? How about we go do that? And cops are still being assholes. People are being disappeared in Portland. Things are still crazy. But I hope everybody out there is safe and healthy. One day at a time, people. Make sure you go support our sponsors, stationhousecoffee.com, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram for small batch, single origin, premium coffee brewed in Vermont, shipped directly to you. Go to stationhousecoffee.com and order your coffee today. Also, get Amazon Prime for 30 days, absolutely free when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/prime. You can stream all of the Amazon Prime movies and TV shows. You can borrow Kindle books, and you get unlimited free 2-day shipping on all of your orders through Amazon. When you sign up for your free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime with my link, inspireddisorder.com/prime. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!